Welcome to the Jewel Tree Meditation. This is an ancient practice from Tibet for healing, empowerment, and connection. So take a moment to get settled. If you're sitting, you might want to put your feet flat on the floor. And if you're lying down, you might want to uncross your arms and legs and maybe have your hands with your palms facing up. You might just notice any tightness or tension in your body, and perhaps bring a long, slow in-breath into any places of tightness or tension, and just release that tension on your out-breath. Maybe rolling your shoulders, loosening your neck, slackening your jaw and any of the tiny muscles in your face. And just bring your awareness into your inner world, allowing the conscious mind permission to take a well-deserved rest. We prepare as we prepare to take a journey to the transpersonal realms that have only our highest good in mind, to connect with the Jewel Tree of Tibet. And I wonder if you can sense or feel or imagine yourself in a beautiful, natural place at the base of a beautiful mountain. So I wonder if you can sense or feel or imagine yourself at the base of a great mountain. So I wonder if you can sense or feel or imagine yourself in a beautiful, natural, and very peaceful place. Place no one can come without your permission. Might be a place you've been before, or it might be someplace new. Oh. So I wonder if you can sense or feel or imagine yourself in a beautiful, safe, and natural place. Might be a place you've been before, or it might be someplace new. And we're at the base of a great mountain. So I wonder if you can sense or feel or imagine yourself in a beautiful, powerful, and very safe natural place at the base of a great mountain. And there's a path up this mountain, and you're able to travel it easily. You might notice the time of day, the quality of the air, and the light. You travel quickly up this mountain. Perhaps past trees and rocks. You might notice if there's any creatures. As you climb and climb and climb, to the very top of this sacred place. And as you reach the top of this beautiful mountain, you find yourself in a large open plain. And as you crest the top of the path, you find a beautiful flat meadow before you. And in the center of this meadow is a crystal clear lake. And this lake is so still, it's like a mirror of the sky. And you find a comfortable place to sit in the soft grass near the edge of this mystical lake. And just taking a moment here to feel the peace and presence of the elements of this place, the earth, the water, the sky. And as you gaze upon this lake, ripples begin to form in the middle. And very gradually, a tiny island begins to emerge in the center of this clear lake, rising slowly, magically in this place. And once this small island reveals itself and settles, you notice that there is a tiny tree growing in the middle of this island. And it grows before your eyes, becoming taller, expanding branches, trunk thickening, rising, rising, growing and expanding. becoming a great and enormous tree. Strong roots, many branches, reaching high into the sky, deep into the earth. And as this tree comes to its full height and breadth, you notice that there are beautiful lights on this tree. Instead of leaves, it's covered in every color of the rainbow with jewels. And their colors come into focus. And their light begins to shine. And then you notice that every jewel is surrounded by a being. And they very gently and gradually come into awareness or focus. And that this tree holds every wise being, every ancestor, every teacher or helper or friend who has ever loved, cared for you, or had a positive influence in your life. And they're so glad that you have come. And these jewels are the special radiance that each of them offers to the world and to you. You see many that you recognize, perhaps family members, friends, but also authors of books, ancient teachers, wise beings, and religious figures. Everyone whose ideas, whose energy, whose thoughts and intentions have been helpful or healing or inspiring to you in your life. You may see Buddha, Jesus, Mohammed. There may be saints and angels, ancestors, the teachers of your teachers. and they shine their jewel lights onto you. You become aware of these many, many lights and the love, wisdom, compassion, knowledge, beauty that they offer to you. And these jewels shine on every part of your body. Wisdom, love, courage, joy, healing, and compassion absorb into you and shine into your emotional self, into your spirit, your energy system. You receive and absorb this radiant, positive energy into every aspect, every layer, every level of your being and your life. You might feel a filling sensation as you receive and receive and receive, or you might not. And allowing this mystic, beautiful, powerful healing lights to flow wherever they want to flow. Deep knowledge and wisdom beyond our ordinary understanding. And this energy flows all the way down to the soles of your feet, out to the tips of your fingers, and up to the crown of your head, filling, infusing, restoring, renewing, replenishing every layer, every level of your body, mind, spirit, emotions complex. And just allowing yourself to receive and receive and receive to your complete satisfaction, taking all the time you need, receiving love, wisdom, courage, openness, joy, peace, acceptance, healing. And as you are filled and infused, light from the beautiful jewels of all who have ever touched your life in a positive way. You notice that others We're starting to come to the top of this mountain and discover this lake. And you're so grounded and filled, connected with this jewel tree and the energy from it, that you're peaceful with their presence. And they begin to gather around this lake and find a place to sit and rest. And you notice among them people that you know, family members, perhaps old friends, schoolmates, people from work, perhaps distant relatives. And as more people come, people that you don't know, people you may have only seen and never spoken to. And they gather very quietly and peacefully in this sacred place around this mystical lake. You remain connected, receiving, grounded in love, compassion, peace, and healing. With the wise and loving beings emanating the jewel light into you. And as the many people settle and come into peace within themselves in this place, you realize that you are so filled with the jewel light that it begins to emanate from your body and reflect out to those around you. One by one, they become filled with the light of the jewel tree emanating from you. All you need to do is sit and receive and allow this natural flow as you are filled with the love, compassion, peace, and healing energy. And it spreads to all who have arrived here and quickly moves from person to person. You may notice that some brought animals with them, or creatures perhaps have arrived as well. And these beautiful jewel lights travel gently, easily, naturally, spreading throughout all who have gathered here, filling and infusing them with very high resonance, wisdom, love, compassion, peace, acceptance, and courage that flows and flows and flows from the jewel tree into you and into them. They're all being filled and they are all being gently and naturally and quickly filled with the beautiful jewel light. As they become filled, they begin to quietly leave this place and return back down the mountain along the path. First a few, and then they begin to file quietly and orderly, filled and grateful for the gift of this connection. One by one, they leave this place until you again are all that remains. Still receiving jewel light from all who have ever cared for, taught you, or have a positive impact in your life. You send this energy into the earth, into the water, up into the heavens, radiating, healing, loving, compassionate energy wherever it wants to flow on the earth plane. Sending joy, peace, acceptance, courage, and compassion wherever it needs to flow. You are not depleted by this flow of energy. because you are filled and connected with this light that flows through you. You are filled, renewed, replenished, and restored, energized on every level, every cell, and every system. And returning your energy into your own body. Perhaps taking a moment to say thank you to all of the wise and loving, and compassionate beings on this great tree. They are so happy to receive your gratitude and so glad that you have come to receive from them. Notice that slowly their forms begin to fade. The jewels remain. And then the jewel light begins to fade. And the jewels gently recede back into the tree. Very slowly, the tree begins to ungrow, to retract very naturally back into itself. Turning back into the sacred earth, getting smaller and smaller and smaller until only the island remains. And then the island itself begins to recede back into the water. Leaving one tiny ripple. As it goes beneath the surface. The ripple emanates out, and the lake returns to perfect mirror-like stillness. Perhaps your own energy attunes to the peace and stillness of this lake. When you are ready, you might take a moment and say thank you to this place. Perhaps you rise from where you have been resting, taking all the time you need, and returning back along the mountain path that brought you here, easily and naturally, coming down, down, down. Returning to the natural place at the base of the great mountain where we began. Bringing all of this back with you, physically and mentally, emotionally and spiritually, energetically and sexually, socially, creatively, familially, professionally. At every level and area, layer of your life will be informed and transformed by what you have received, what you have emanated, what you have experienced today. Jewel tree is a source and a resource that you can return to again and again for nourishment and healing, replenishment, rest, and connection. Blessings on your path. Until we meet again. This is Renee LaVallee McKenna. And if you enjoyed this meditation, please like and subscribe. And you'll receive more in the future.